This is the tutorial video for the Mike HODL Average Cost Calculator. Here at the top, we have a toggle selection between shares and options. For this video, we will be using shares. Just below this toggle section, we have a link for the tutorial video for the average calculator, which is more than likely the link that brought you to this video. Average calculator. How to calculate average price when increasing position size. Here you will have three fields of entry. You will have a selection on how you want to add to the position, either by shares or by dollar amount. Then you will have the option to put in how many shares you want to add, or if you select dollar amount, it'll ask how much in dollars do you want to add to this position. So first entry field is the current average cost per share. The next field is current number of shares. The last field will be the current share price. Let's go ahead and put some values in for this example. Okay, so we'll go with $30 per share. We have 12 shares for this example, and the current price for this example is $34.60, current share price. First, we'll look at adding by number of shares. How many shares do we want to add? We're thinking about adding maybe 3 shares. That's what we can afford for this example. That's what we'll use. Then you press Calculate to get your trade details. And here are the calculation results. The new average price per share would be $30.92. Total shares would now be 15 shares. Note here, it says this is the true average price and may vary depending on how your brokerage averages shares. Your brokerage could possibly separate the prices on your shares that you currently have versus the new shares that you buy. Some brokerages take the total of all the shares and divide it by the number of the amount of shares. So this is the true average price. Always check and see how your brokerage calculates the real average before relying on the results from this tool. That is your responsibility. And here are the details from the trade. Initial trade price was $30. Initial shares were 12 shares. Shares added were 3. Price of added shares was $34.60 for this example. The actual cost of the added shares was $103.80 is what we would have spent. So now the total position value is worth $463.80 at the current share price. Now, we can go and select dollar amount for how we want to add to this position. And let's just say we want to add $150 to this position. And we press Calculate. Now you can see the new average price per share is $31.15, and that will bring our share size up to 16 shares. So the initial share size was 12. We bought an additional 4, which was calculated from the dollar amount that we input, which was $150, and we added those shares at a share price of $34.60. So the actual cost of the shares that we added was $138.40. So we really didn't spend the entire $150. We only had to spend $138.40 to get 4 whole shares, and that increased our total position value and our position size. At the bottom here, we have About This Calculator, Example Scenario, and Value in Your Trading Strategy. Take the time to read over those and get familiar with the calculator. And that sums it up for the Mike HODL Average Cost Calculator.